Nnamdi Kanu has been persecuted and not tried. US President Trump reacts to protest. Right, Tinubu. Yes, the Nnamdi Kanu's case has now been tagged a persecution and not a trial. Yes, a source, and is a political speaker by name Juwon Sonia Olu has gone on air to voice out this to the public. As one of the comments made by this very opinion is the one coming from Donald Trump himself, who said that this very trial is more or less a persecution and which is not supposed to be so. In fact, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, you don't enter big karara. Make we begin to share this video, make it go viral, and make everybody get duplicate and copy of it, because time didn't dey. No deal, time no deal. All right, my dear listeners, you all know what this persecution actually means. Now grammar, but it is something that is so ugly to hear. Why would they be persecuting Nnamdi Kanu? Why they said that what he's facing is a trial? Already, the young man has been, he has met all the needed conditions, and he has been set free by the court, the highest court in Nigeria for that matter. And the Nigerian government refused to pay attention to what was declared by the courts. Okay, they returned him back to court and said, okay, enter your defense again. He proved his innocence. And at the end of the day, they discovered that he no longer have a case with the federal government. That was where we experienced that no case submission issue, and of which Omotosho came to court without giving any clear reason. He dismissed that no case, no submission, and forced Nnamdi Kanu to enter his defense and defend himself. Now, everyone have seen that what the federal government is doing is injustice. That was what now led to this very protest. Now, in this very protest, instead of the federal government to see this very thing to be something that they need to do, reasonably, they went on to be arresting innocent people. They do things like that. They do things like that. I want you to pay attention to this very video, because this video really spoke a lot and revealed some facts. All right, let's listen.
Is the national coordinator of the Take It Back movement, whose organization organized the Free Nnamdi Kanu protest yesterday. Mr. Sanyolu, thank you so much for joining us this morning. There have been different reactions to the protest organized in the Federal Capital Territory yesterday, some of which we'll come to, but I want to find out from you if you're satisfied with the effect of the protest that you organized yesterday, and if you're continuing today.
Yes, thank you. I would sincerely want to thank the Nigerian people who actually trooped out en masse. Despite intimidations from security agencies, you would see people trooped out to march out. Yes, they were fired. People were fired. They were fired like 3 times, and more than 3 times they returned back to the barricades because we were insisting on a legitimate demand, and it's an issue that borders on our rights as a Nigerian citizen. Yes, so I would say authoritatively that we are indeed grateful to the Nigerian people who defied the lawless orders or disposition of security agencies, whose job should have been to protect protesters, protect the Nigerian people, but they've done the contrary. And we've seized this opportunity to state clearly that every of the security agencies who perpetrated this act of lawlessness against Nigerian people, most of whom took out a mask, would definitely be brought to book under the law. And to be clear, the protest did not only happen in Abuja.
She call me party starter, Gen Z president, Yastrata, girlfriend, Nnamdi, party starter.
Look at the mass in the state. They shut down their market in Lagos. The protest happened in Lagos. So I would say it was a successful outing. But I would also want to add that the protest that happened yesterday is not even compared to what we're going to organize next time. Should the government of Tinubu remain recalcitrant on the legitimate demands to free Nnamdi Kanu?
Well, the protest was received with mixed reactions. You say that your demands are legitimate, but there are those who say, well, not just that there's no, it is a fact that the matter is currently in court. Mr. Nnamdi Kanu is currently facing trial in a court of law, and there are those who say, look, you should wait and see the process through. Perhaps the most you can do is apply pressure on the authorities to see that the protest is, the trial is brought to a logical conclusion in good time.
What is happening to Kano is not a trial, it's persecution. I mean, you've been trying someone since 2015. Then you killed his father, killed his family. And then you instated the so-called trial again in 2000, and after extraordinarily renditioning him illegally from Kenya, you continued the charade since I think 2022 thereabout, and this is 2025. So more than how many years of the charade? So what is you would recall that I should resist this sort of charade. In fact, it faces it constantly from 2019. They brought up bogus treasonable felony in 2019, and that which kept him detained in Abuja until 2020. He was under city arrest. That's all. And then the trial did not leave. Of course, the government disgracefully withdrew those charges in 2023. So it's what is going on with Nnamdi Kanu is not trial. It's clear persecution. And what exactly are the issues? The issues are people are saying they do not feel represented in Nigeria. And indeed, I do not feel represented in Nigeria. Many Nigerians, over 200 million of us, feel that way. 139 million Nigerians as of today are poor. This is the statistics of World Bank, the same people who are advising the government to impose neoliberal policies on its people. And now the IMF has said that 139 million people are poor as a result of those policies. These 139 million people, they don't feel represented in Nigeria. Just try something, bring a ship into Nigeria, full ship, and say that, this ship is leaving Nigeria to perhaps maybe somewhere in Germany or the US. This country would almost be empty. Because on the average, Nigerians have seceded from this country. The only people who feel entitled and who think Nigeria is working are the handful who are plundering the country. So indeed, the demands are legitimate. Those who say they are tired of this country have legitimate concerns. And even those who are really not.
If I may, just a moment, if I may, because you have said that a lot of people will leave. Those who are doing legitimate work and are somehow still making headway.
139 Nigerian people are poor. Those 135 million people are this figure sounded like people who feel represented in a country that pauperized them. Very recently in Lagos, 3 days ago, there was a protest in Lagos over forced demolition. Over thousands of communities have been displaced. Many of them have become homeless. People who have lived in those communities for decades. Those people, will you tell me here and now that they feel represented in this kind of Nigeria?
All right, my people, now don't hear the matter. Yes, so now you won't be the name. Yes, the young man don't talk in mind. He don't talk in mind. He happened to be the one of the chief organizer of the protest alongside with Omoyele Showore. Imagine Nnamdi Kanu's trial has now been tagged a persecution of a truth. Someone who no longer have a case with the federal government and is still in custody, what do you expect that? It's a persecution and not a trial. Yeah, and not a trial. And Omotosho himself, who called himself a judge, cannot even see things on the direction of the truth. Only to favor the federal government of Nigeria. No wahala. Hey, there is fire on the mountain. I beg, make una help share this video, make it go viral, make everybody get clip. Everybody get clip on it. I beg, make una do. Thank you.